if I have to create that character, I have to take on her physicality and her face.
And in order to be an older woman, I look different.
So it's amazing.
I don't even recognize you.
Really good.
Hi, Sarah, Lisa, Erica, how we doing?
Good. How are you?
Hello, hello.
I'm knackered already.
Doing
I'm
good.
ready to have a nap.
I'm so comfortable. I think I will take a nap.
Hopefully we'll wake you up.
I think with this crowd and you guys, with all the energy, it's going to be quite fun. I think it's going to be fun. I know it's the first day here in London, so it's no point asking how con's been, because it's only been about 2-3 hours. But what are you looking forward to this weekend here in London with all these lovely fans? Tough question, I know.
With the fans, what are we looking forward to with
Just
the
the
fans?
con in general, you know, what are you looking forward to?
Well, definitely this panel today with all these beautiful people, and I'm so excited to meet Nurse Joy. I hope she comes to visit me. I actually went to the Globe Theater, which was like a lifelong dream, which I finally did, so that was exciting. This is my 3rd time in London, but only the first time that the Globe was actually open when I was here. I was like, this is the world's cruelest joke on me. You know what I mean? But no, I'm looking forward to meeting the fans and seeing some new people, because I was in London last year, so hopefully I'll see someone who's like, I met you last year. What about you, Sarah?
Yeah, no, apart from meeting all of you and being here for the next 3 days, I'm actually staying till Friday. It's my 2nd time in London only. So we took a speedboat. That was amazing.
That was amazing.
So fun.
Yeah.
I haven't been to the Tate Modern, so I'm excited to do that. The food, the Indian food. I will be eating a lot of Indian food.
There's a lovely restaurant just on the other side of the Excel
Yeah.
that does some really good food there.
We'll talk about that later.
Yeah.
I'm so excited. Yeah, I still have to figure out my. Erica and I are polar opposites. Like, Erica did a beautiful itinerary for us yesterday, and it was so well planned, and we had a little space in between to like take some pictures and the whole thing. Me, my friend is coming on Monday. I don't even have a hotel booked. Please don't live stream this. But I sent her options and she hasn't gotten back to me. So
Oh my
That's
God,
it's her
friend,
fault.
Come on.
But yes, I do have a note with a bunch of things that I saw on the boat ride that I was like, we should go there. Oh, indoor skydiving.
Yeah, is that when they have the wind tube and
Yeah.
the...
That's
Yeah,
a
I just
very
want the
London
wind to-
thing, isn't it?
Yeah,
you
this
guys
is
have
your
all
famous
endorsed
They
skydiving,
have that
right?
like 2 miles from my house at home, so I'm like, nah.
Should I not do that here?
It's crazy. It's fun. Who's done it?
We'll
Who's
see.
done it?
Indoor skydiving?
The indoors.
Oh wow,
They've done it.
Most people are
that's a
bold.
higher percentage than I thought there would be.
Talk
Okay,
to
so-
Sarah at her table and let her know what you think.
What if there was indoor skydiving, but like below there was like an AR, VR situation where it's all Pokemon?
I think that
saying,
would be
good
great.
idea.
Oh, don't squish a Pokemon, you could call it.
What is it?
Don't squish your Pokemon.
Don't squish your.
I say,
We'll workshop it.
Yeah. Ooh,
Go ahead.
I am looking forward to just seeing all of your cosplays and all the Pokemon cosplays and everybody coming up and telling me your favorite episodes and things. I already got to sign some good stuff, and I have already achieved my London dream. I went to see Van Gogh yesterday, which was very exciting at the museum, and as the New Yorker that I am, who's now in LA, I got to take an underground tube journey and be in charge of the gang. I took them to see some theater and got them lost on the tube. It was really great. It was really great. I went in the wrong direction. I skipped my stop and had to take them around. And they were all very delighted. I'll post a picture later. Very happy, especially Sarah, who claimed, why did we, what did you say?
Why are
Why
you
did we
in
put
charge?
Lisa in charge?
Yeah, why did they put me in charge? I can direct a show, but apparently I can't ride
Can't
the
direct
tube.
your way to a theater.
Yeah,
That's why you're
exactly.
Chopper and not Nami.
Yeah, there you go.
You're not
see?
the navigator.
I am not. I am not.
But we love you so much.
Thank you. They have to love me because I will
no
say we made the cart that was on the tube laugh. The car was they tried not to. They were just like this, very polite, very polite. And I was like, it's okay, you can mock me.
Everyone
I
gets
deserve
lost
it.
on the tube at least once in
See,
their life.
There you go. I feel like that's an achievement, right?
Yes, and
Okay.
we got to learn the system. Now we understand it a lot better than we would have had we just gone the right way to begin with.
And now we know who will actually decide the journey on the tube now as well, which is also a big important
Exactly.
part.
It's great.
And we discovered that people in London are very friendly and there was one guy who wanted to get off the station.
Yeah, he was gonna get off the station.
At the wrong station for us to walk us across and make sure we got on the right train. And I was like, it's okay, we'll just bother 4 more people.
And we met Mike on the boat, and he was super sweet. And he helped us around.
We met a random man from Kent.
He was so
who was
sweet.
just here by himself enjoying London
We
for
took
the day.
all the pictures with him, with
Yes.
Mike.
Mike
So
was
there's
great.
like a ton of pictures with us and Mike.
Yeah.
That's great.
Right, I will move on to some of the questions now.
Great.
And you actually brought up one of my first questions, was obviously is about the cosplay and the fans, because we've got you being in Sonic, Yu-Gi-Oh, One Piece, Pokémon. You're going to see all of these different cosplays coming to see you. What is that like when you see people have took that time to come dressed up and maybe some of the characters you voiced, or even just characters from the shows? What is it like seeing all of these amazing people just coming all this way, doing all the hard work, just to come and say hi and get autographs and things like that? Sarah, I don't know if you want to...
Sure, it's the most delightful part of my life, honestly, when I see somebody dressed up as any of my characters, particularly Ash Ketchum. There was someone named Corey today. Corey, are you here? Corey is not here. Corey.
Probably catching some Pokémon.
Corey was, yes, probably. So Corey was dressed as Ash in his latest stage, from Journeys, and gave me a 3D printed trophy, and it was beautifully done. It's small, it's maybe that big, and it's so beautiful. And it was just, it's lovely to know that, that our character was able to inspire somebody so much, and yeah, it's awesome. It's really heartwarming.
It's super sweet. We get really excited, like, I'll call her out again. But like, see Nurse Joy walking around the convention, I'm like, geez, I hope she comes to visit me.
Yeah.
It's always sweet. It's always inspiring. And I started cosplaying myself. I'm a theater actor, so it's like we've been wearing costumes our whole lives, and we just called it, dressing up or, dressing in character. But
now we know.
Right? Knowing's half the battle. G.I. Joe. But I recently did a music video for My Valentine on Valentine's Day. I did a Dark Magician Girl bathing suit cosplay, and I've done I did a female Luffy cosplay. So I'm having a blast with that. So it's fun to kind of share with the fans. Like, oh, I did that too, or I should do that next. And sometimes they'll say, try this, try that. So it's fun. What about you, my dear?
I love, if I see a cosplay that I love, especially of characters that I do, or it's any Pokemon, anything that comes up, or any of the Sonic, or any of the One Piece, I will usually take your picture. Go, hey, how you doing? It's good to see you again. There's a little bit over here. I'll usually take your picture because, quite frankly, you usually have done a better job than what I would do on my own. And I was in theater, and I took many of costume building stuff like that, but 2 of my best friends are cosplayers, and I really respect it, and I might try to steal your costume.
I like to see
I'm just saying.
I like to see the Vaporeons when they come.
I like the
They're usually
Vaporeons.
really
Yeah.
exciting.
They are good. I also appreciate this new wave of casual cosplay.
Yeah.
That I can do. Today I've got hearts on me, a lot of hearts, a little bit of red, and I don't have it on today, but I usually have my little rose earrings for Amy. So I can do the casual cosplay. That I will come in with.
The homage.
Yes, my little homage. But
I've done an homage. I've done Pikachu and Ash homages, but I've never cosplayed.
I've cosplayed many years ago. Let's not
Oh,
talk
you
about
kind
that.
of did for an awards ceremony. You did an
Yes.
Ash.
At the Webbies, I wore a Pikachu.
That was so beautiful.
homage.
I love that.
And for the photo shoot
I love that.
before the awards, I wore an Ash. Yeah, I shopped. Ooh, that was hard to find. It's hard to find something that is clearly an Ash homage, but isn't a cosplay.
Sometimes it's tougher finding that than the actual cosplays you can order online.
Yes. Yeah. No, I wasn't gonna do that. Not for that. Not for that event. I would do it though. Maybe
it has
one
to be a
day.
little bit
Future
more
events.
elevated, a
Has
little
to
more
happen.
elegant.
In that situation, yes.
And obviously, the franchises that you've worked with, there's a lot of fans, people love these shows. There's a lot of pressure put on you guys as well, especially for roles you've done for a while and people have really come invested. How do you deal with that pressure, knowing fans are going to be watching this, scrutinising it, and they've got so many different opinions about what, I know you can't decide the stories at times, but dealing with the fans and the pressure that they're putting on you to bring these characters to life. I don't know if you'd like to start for that one.
Sure. I mean, you know, it's funny. I don't really feel that pressure. I feel like the Pokemon audience is really, the community is really nice. They're very inclusive. I have almost never met like a rude Pokemon fan. I don't know. Have you?
No, really
No,
sweet.
I mean, like,
Yeah,
I feel
really
like the community is really supportive and like really sweet, and like she has the most pressure because she has
yeah,
the deadlines.
I have the most pressure on that. But so you guys know that in addition to being in the first episode and being in almost every season since the beginning, I directed the show for probably the last 12 years. We take it. I take it very seriously. Because I know how much it means to everybody, and I've been there since the beginning, so I also know that if we do something wrong, or if we name something incorrectly, the fans will call us out, and I look and I think about you guys when I'm doing something, or whenever we do, I try to keep everything consistent. When we're in the booth working on stuff, we're always thinking about like you guys and making it tight and trying to, I know that you guys have seen there's been an evolution in the show, not just with the art, not just with the difference, not just with the Pokemon, but as it has gone forward over the years. And I think like Sarah did a wonderful job of fleshing out and building Ash even more and more, so that like, especially when we did the championship episodes, there was so much that we put in, and we wanted to make sure that it was something that was worthy of people who'd been watching it since they were kids and had grown up with it. And I think about that a lot when we go into the new series also, Horizons, if you guys have seen that. It's a place to mature. It's got the stuff for kids. I know what are the kid lines, the ones that are there. There's something for every age group, and one of the proudest things that I've had is that people have had their grandparents walk into the room and they're like, oh, it's Pokemon, and then they watched and they're like, oh, and sat down with the family. Yeah. So I'm trying to give something for everybody in there when we're thinking about it. And of course, Erica, whenever we do Pokemon in the booth, this woman, both of them, we can't say anything. Sarah's got some surprises coming up that we can't talk about yet, but you're gonna see a lot of her in the new stuff as well. But spend a lot of time creating the creatures and sounds and things like that, mostly because we know you guys are all watching and that you have been, and like, you know, you guys grew up with it, and I always say we grew up in it. So that's sorry. I get very passionate about Pokemon.
That's good though. That's what we want.
It's your baby.
Passion.
That's your baby.
Yeah, it's my baby.
And obviously talking about that passion as well is, I think you guys sometimes have some of the toughest jobs, because when you have physical acting, you can use your body language, you can convey your emotions on your face, your eyes. But when you're in your little booth and recording the voices, you're still acting out, but we don't see the physicality. You've got to try and get that across.
That's amazing what you just said, but like we can do all that same stuff in the booth to allow that stuff to come across. But yes, if they can't see it, the character is usually doing it, but we can physicalize it as much as we like. And in order to become an older woman or something like that, if I'm doing there was like a episode on a boat years ago where the old woman had a jewel stolen. You guys probably know it better than me. But I mean, if I have to create that character, I have to take on her physicality and her face.
And in order to be an older woman, I look different than I did before.
But so it's amazing.
I don't even recognize you.
Really good.
But you'd be like surprised at how insane we look sometimes as we're doing these characters, like with the Pokemon, the transformation. And Mark Thompson likes to, he physicalizes. There's a rule, you cannot lift your feet off the ground.
Right.
Like, don't lift your feet, but if you're running, you can do it with your upper body, you know what I mean? But yeah, it is a challenge, but we can do all of that stuff.
I agree.
That was a good answer. On the directing side, though, it must be tough for you as well to draw these emotions out of people and get that little bit extra that you need for the scenes.
It is, but it's super fun. With these two, it's actually easy. You guys are both really good. Eric always transforms into there, and Sarah says this right now, but when she's in there, especially battling, her whole body changes.
I'm really weird, yeah.
Yeah, it's really great. For me, especially, I spend a lot of time with the creatures. So I got people making crazy faces. They're hunched. Sometimes they're doing stuff you never know. But I also it's very important to me. Like the scenes are one thing. I always tell everybody put a lot of motion in it. But the battles are my favorite thing because they always have like an arc. Like you want everything to be specific. You know how people are countering. I love that, and I especially love like championships and. When you get to the end of the seasons, you really want to like build up, and you know what I'm saying. You want it. They gotta. I'm like, no. I'm like, you're not at the end of the battle. Now you have to escalate. Get
She
more.
gets super pumped.
I do.
She really
I do.
does.
It's my 15-year-old that lives inside of me that is just constantly like going for that. But I will tell people, and I'm like, you haven't started yet. You're not that good yet. And like, especially now with it's true because we have now the traveling party, they're starting little kids. I'm like, you don't know that yet. And then we're like 8 episodes later, I'm like, listen, you can mega evolve now. So you got to have a better, I'm like, get a little stronger, get a little more in there. So we really try those. I feel like it's really important to do all that. So I do. And people, I think the amount of times that I say, put it in your body. I'm like, move. I want to hear you move. And also my one pet peeve is running. You guys are good at it, but I will often tell people, I'm like, listen, you're in better shape than that, okay? You can't, they'll be like, I'm like, you're 12, okay? You're in better shape. Let's see, let's run a little bit. I'm like, when you fall off a mountain or do something like that, then you could do that, but
I think when you watch earlier episodes, they're more asthmatic characters.
Yes, yeah, they've gotten healthier as time went on.
It makes sense to the
Ash was
story.
was always very healthy. He was an easy runner, all that exercising he did
are
all
you
the
kidding?
time.
How many times did Ash fall off a cliff?
No, you climbed a cliff once, yes, and you fell off a lot of things, yeah.
Fell off a
How
lot
many
of
times
cliffs.
did Bianca push you in the body of water?
At least 8.
Right?
Yes.
And obviously you talked about those sort of roles, not just in Pokemon. Are there any sort of scenes when you've recorded that have really kind of stood in your mind that have been maybe tough or like stuck in your mind because so emotional in those scenes? I know obviously the final scene for Ash was probably
Yeah, I
a tough
got
one
one.
for you.
The champion, the winning episode, I was crying in between every take. And then I would have to like get it together. We booked a lot more time for that episode because they knew I'd be a nightmare. And I'm crying through every take, and
And it was like a good 24 hours after you were still crying.
Yeah, at least 24 hours. I cried
How
a
we
lot.
called
that
each
was
other
a tough
and
spring.
talked. It was hard.
That
No,
was
I
a
mean, that's
tough
like,
spring.
how many years did you spend with him?
17.
17 years.
17, my entire adult life.
Yeah.
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 So I knew that it was coming to an end at that point once we were recording that episode. And every episode, I'm very, what's the word I'm looking for? Sentimental. And every episode after that, I was like, okay, that's the last time he might say, Pikachu, I choose you. That's the last time he might say, take a good rest. And with every episode, I was just like leaving the studio more and more depressed. And then I had to do a lot of inner work and, acknowledge this change and accept it and be fine with it.
And now I'm happy again.
But I do miss him.
Yeah, you did a lot of outer work
Everybody
too,
misses
because
him. Everybody misses
This woman brought so many plushies and little things to the booth. There was a Pikachu in the booth with her. There was a whole bunch. There was a New York Pikachu. There was a couple of things. There was a lot of things that you had in there. It was actually really cute. There's still stuff that I have to post that I still have up there, which I'll do for you guys. But just there was with those episodes, everybody brought stuff in, which was really good. But she had the
had a
the
little
most
setup.
full booth. She came in with like a bag.
A bag.
Okay.
And like fan gifts
Yeah.
and a picture, and there was
Yeah.
a card in there that was meaningful to me.
Yes.
And the Statue of Liberty Pikachu.
Yes.
Because I'm from New York. Yeah.
Yeah.
I just surrounded myself in all the
Yeah.
things I love.
Yeah. And
There was
I
like one episode with I don't know if you remember this one, Amora and Auroras, and Team
Yeah.
Rocket took.
Yeah.
God, I'm gonna forget which one was which. Team Rocket took Amora. Yeah. Okay.
uh-huh.
Which one?
He knows.
Amora
Yeah.
or Auroras? Amora, yeah, okay. So Team Rocket took Amora. I just mix the names up sometimes. And Auroras was like devastated. And that made me cry, remember? I was like,
Yeah.
I'm sorry, I can't stop crying. Because the maternal, the mom stuff came out in me, and I was thinking, it's like having your child kidnapped in front of you. And I got, that was a hard episode for me. It was very emotional, because it was like, you put your own life experience in these shows. That's,
Yeah.
I mean, every actor works differently, but you have to work from your own personal experience. And no, I've never been an actual Pokemon in real life, but I'm
She
a mother.
has been. She's lying. I have.
You know what I mean? You take from your own personal experience and you can bring that into the role. And sometimes you're not even asking for it to come into the role, and it just happens.
just
and
comes, yeah.
hits you, and you're like, you know.
We did, in addition to directing, I do a lot of roles on the show, trainers and Pokemon. And one of the most emotional scenes for me, Oshawott was always fun because it was just like, that was always a fun thing. So I always had a good time whenever it's in the booth. But there was, I played Lytton. So during Alola, I played one of the starters. And there is a scene when Lytton loses its mentor. And I was a mess. I had 2 cats. They had passed before that, and I remember Sarah had come in. Yeah. But I was crying, like the Lytton is like yowling. You have that beautiful like cherry blossom that's coming down, and I cried in the booth. And then Sarah came in, and she had also had a thing.
My cat died.
Yeah, her.
Like the love of my life cat, who I'd had it since I was 11. She was like, she got me through so much depression. Guys, that was.
Why
are we talking about this?
I'll tell you why we're talking about
This was the question.
Because it was
You're
the question.
so mean.
But wait, no. There's a happy reason that I was talking.
Okay, fine.
Well, what happened after that is Sarah started fostering cats. My cats had passed, and I hadn't gotten new kittens, and she fostered these 2 beautiful kittens in her first litter, and I adopted
Demons.
them. So one of them is named Liddy, and the other one is named Booty, but it's supposed to be Boudica, but everyone just thinks I call her Booty. But yeah, so they're hanging out in LA right now, running around, being taken care of. But so that was an emotional scene,
Yes.
and it also led to my favorite 2 kitties that I own.
And it led to like a severe cat fostering situation for me.
Yes.
Over 100 cats and kittens went through my home in a fostering situation. I never failed. I ended up adopting my current cat, Pikachu, the most beautiful boy. He and actual Pikachu have a lot in common because my Pikachu bit me at first whenever I tried to feed him. So he wasn't very nice to me. But now we love each other. He's a good boy. He's more beautiful than he is nice.
He is really a beautiful cat.
He's a beautiful
gorgeous.
cat. He knows it. He likes to sit in front of the mirror and like admire himself.
He looks a little
Pikachu is a
vain.
nice-looking
He's
cat,
gorgeous.
though. It is. It is like a big floof. It is gorgeous.
Yeah. And actually, the guy who's watching it right now, also a cat fosterer, he told me that Pikachu, there are 3 cats in the home right now. Pikachu's the only one who comes out for him. Why do you care? Anyway, what's the next
No,
question?
you don't want me to ask any more questions, so I'm going. No,
No, we can just
I'm
talk
actually
about
gonna-
cats for the rest
No,
of the
I'm
thing.
going to go out to the fans now for the microphone now.
Please.
Does anyone have any
Love
fan questions? I'm going to grab a second microphone actually, so it makes life a bit easier for me. So hands up if you've got a question. Oh, right here, that's mic 6. There you go. Just talks directly into it.
Most dubbed anime sounds really forced, but Pokemon sounds actually really natural, as a Western cartoon does. I'm just wondering how much leeway Pokemon Company gives you in the scripts?
Thank you very much. That's something that we worked really hard with, and it's something that we've been moving forward. They do give us the scripts. We sort of, we had the writers for a long time. Carter Cathcart was our writer for years. We've switched over. We have another vet from Pokémon, Barton Bishop is writing, and also Rachel Robinson. And they look over everything that we do, but the directive that I've talked about with one of the producers, and what I love, when we started Pokémon in the beginning, it was more Saturday morning cartoon than it was straight anime. And so as we've progressed, that's what I've tried to keep, because to me, I feel like, and this is one of the things, Sarah's performances were always like that, Erica's performances, we try to keep them grounded. To me, Pokémon is a place where you can connect and you can really like feel. A lot of people learn their feelings, you do a lot of things from there, and I want to make sure that you're able to connect to them in a really real way. And so as modern animation has been moving in that direction, like Saturday morning, we wanted to keep that in there. So we have a blend of what the trend is in animation now, and also anime in there. So that's something that I'm thank you for saying that, because I love it. That's sort of the style that we've been working towards, and people seem to dig it, and I'm really happy. I mean, we still got stuff in there for, we still got the broad comedy and all the fun stuff, but we try to keep it very, we try to treat it like an animation, like a prelay animation, as opposed to just dubbing. Yeah.
I agree.
Yeah.
Those are the best answers. They really are. Any other questions? Oh, go on, seeing you've got the Pikachu hat on.
Say that you're starting your Pokemon journey. Which of the starters throughout all the regions would you pick to start your Pokemon journey with? Me first?
Yes.
I'd love a list, but just off the top of my head, I can't go in order. Definitely Pikachu, even though I understand it's not, Charmander, Apom. Wait, was Apom a starter?
Apom was
Maybe
not
not
a
a starter.
starter, but you could.
Dang it, I do
Pick it up.
love Apom a lot. Just slappy little guy. Let's see, who else? Litten, all the cats, Sprigatito, Sobble. We need an emotional Pokemon in there.
Yeah.
Who else? Oh God, you make me nervous now. I'm like, I don't know, go on. What do you guys think? Poplio was cute.
I'm gonna say Oshawott, because that's like one of my favorite Pokemon. The way that Lisa voices Oshawott literally makes me giggle. I cannot hear their performance without just giggling. I just can't.
Yeah.
And then the opposite would be Sobble, which I voice. But I have to say that would be like an interesting pair, like crazy antithesis happening, I think. I guess. I would just say those two, I guess.
Oh my God, Trico.
Yeah,
Now she's looking at the list.
she's a,
I'm too relaxed on
Rowlet,
this stage,
Rowlet.
y'all.
Oh, but I already said
Rowlet will just fall asleep on you.
Yes.
This is, but it will be adorable when it does
the
it.
cutest one.
Yeah. I would want a Charmander only because someday I want to fly on a Charizard, so it's very important to me. I do take Litten, I think is great. Not just because I voiced it, but because I happen to love cats, and eventually it grows up to be looks like a wrestling, Thundercat, and I sort of like that. Let's see. I do love the Oshawott who's over there, but I keep naming my own things. But Eevee's not a starter, is Eevee? No, I can't choose that.
Isn't that weird?
Yeah.
That's weird.
Let's see. I'm trying to think of other starters that it's fine. What are now? Oh! I want a Grookey. Grookey is great, and also I feel like Grookey is like a rambunctious. This is probably not going to go over well here in England, but it's a very rambunctious, jumps around and does. It's like the ADD Pokemon. That's what I feel. So I feel like that would be a good one for me. I'm sure there are more. I would take all of them, but yeah.
Chespin.
Oh my gosh,
Chespin. Remember
I forgot
Chespin?
about Chespin. Oh.
We covered a lot.
What?
Chikorita.
No.
Okay, I would do
Chespin and
Charmander,
Pancham were like
Chikorita.
attached at the hip.
Maybe they were.
Do you remember?
This could be an hour panel just picking Pokemon. There's so many.
Yeah, we're just gonna go through like 1,000 of them, just a
Yeah,
couple,
just
you
go,
know.
Yes, no, yes, maybe. Yeah.
Well, I
Turtwig,
would have them all.
Oshawott, Chespin, or
Shall we
Fennekin. I
jump
don't
to
know.
another question?
Yes.
She's still looking.
Go on.
This is important, man.
She's stuck. She's stuck.
We'll sort
I
another
want
panel at the
people to
weekend.
know.
Go on, very quick there.
Thank you for your question.
Ahem.
Yes.
Anyway, before I do ask my question, you were talking about the Jewel Thief episode. That was the one with the Eye of Lipard. I happen to remember that one. Anyway, my question for you is, what was the most fun part about working on Pokemon as a whole?
Honestly, this. Is that a bad answer?
No. I mean,
I'm having the best
there's
time
so
here.
many fun things about it. Yes,
okay,
doing these things.
Okay, no, you give a better answer.
No.
I'm having a good time here.
Yeah, this
The
is
show is
beautiful.
great.
She loves meeting the fans and
I
talking
like
to
meeting
you
the
guys.
fans
so.
and talking to you guys. I love playing Ash Ketchum. It was such a joy, and it made me grow as a person. It made me realize how adventurous I am and how tenacious I am and how outgoing I am and adventurous. I didn't have any of that before. So as I kept booking like these protagonists over the course of my career, like in the 2010s, I realized like there's got to be something in me that's causing me to book all of these roles that are, Ash Ketchum-y, protagonist. So I learned a lot. But now, at this moment in my life, the most fun I'm having is here on the road, hanging out with you guys, getting to know you guys outside of work. Like, that's a new journey for us. And also, I started doing conventions maybe like 2 years ago. And when you're in a booth by yourself with Lisa on the other side of the glass, you don't see the audience. There's nobody clapping for you at the end of a performance.
I clapped for you sometimes.
You
Oh, no,
scowl
I said,
at me mostly.
I said again. I said, do that again. Yeah. No.
Yeah, you say,
So
I
I
don't mean to
clap.
be a pain in your
Again,
service,
no.
but
She's never ever said again, by the way. There are directors that would say that.
again.
But she's way more articulate than that.
Yeah, Lisa's an amazing director. So much
Yeah.
of my performance is a testament to her abilities as a director and her kindness and her confidence in me,
Yeah,
which
just
I
pulling
really
out-
needed through many of those years. But I love knowing that there are people watching and that there are people loving it and growing up with it and sharing it with their families, sharing it with their children. That's like, how could that not be the best part? I love acting, but I love the reaction from the acting that I did. That's awesome. That's awesome that it touched your lives. That's amazing to me. So thank you and congratulations on having something like that.
I would agree.
Kind
I'll-
of don't.
I'll say something super quick. I will try to be as quick as possible.
Yes, baby.
One of the cool things was when Black and White was happening, my kids were like in their Pokemon haven. They were like super into Pokemon. So I would there was a bathroom downstairs. The one upstairs was like too small. I couldn't dry my hair in it. And I would be like drying my hair and then like turning the hair dryer on and off and on and off. And I could hear little bits of Black and White playing in the background before school. And then my son would say, "Mom, like, is that you? Like, is that one you?" Like, he was just trying to pick out which one was me and which ones weren't. And it was the sweetest thing in the world. That was a very awesome bonding thing for me to do with my kids, is to have them try and identify and just like having them enjoy the show. And so they're like, love these guys. They're like more than just my friends. They're like heroes of theirs too, which is pretty awesome. Like all my friends are my kids' heroes. It's pretty cool.
No, having like
It's
my
really
friends from high
special.
school suddenly come out of the woodwork and be like, "Hey, can you like call my kid?" And I'm like, "Yeah, of course."
Yeah.
It's the best part.
It is meeting you guys and also making funny voices. Like, I love making creature sounds and I love telling the stories. But I will also say that meeting you guys and the way this has transformed not just people's lives but the world has been insane.
Yeah.
When we started, I will always say this, and I've talked about this before. Like, I get teary-eyed when I say this. We had no idea what this was going to be. By the time some of us came on, we knew, but when we first started recording Pokemon, We did not know that it was going to last. We didn't know that anything was going to happen. If you had told me that 25 years later I would be sitting here talking to you guys, directing this show, and that Ash and everybody would have been such a big part of my life, and that I would be so invested in what little tiny creatures and pocket monsters say to each other, I would have thought you were crazy.
Yeah, totally.
And now I think I'm just going to be making Pokemon sounds until I'm like 90. Who knows? And that's someone will have to come and interpret for me. So just know that. But yeah, it's a real gift. It's been really I love it. I love it. And also I like making funny voices, so it works out.
Yeah, we love making funny voices.
Yeah. What more could you want? Final questions? Guy in the hat there. Sorry, final one. Sorry, everyone. If you want to ask them more questions, there will be autographs for the rest of the weekend. Feel free to go down and speak to them. Final question. Go on.
Right, so my question is, Lucy, will you marry me?
Oh,
You have to say.
oh my God.
She said yes.
Oh my God.
By the power invested in me, I call you partner Pokemon.
Did you just? What are your
Congratulations.
What are your names? What are your names?
Jem and Lucy.
Jem and Lucy. Lucy, Jem chooses you.
Congratulations, you guys. That's
Congratulations.
beautiful.
And on
Oh, now
that
we're going to
note-
cry for the rest of the day.
I'm gonna cry for the rest. Good job, guys.
Sorry, we thought we'd end on
Congratulations.
something a little special and memorable.
Wow.
Oh, you cry? You cry?
You were so
No.
good, man. You did not
Not
give
crying.
anything
I
away.
just come here to cause problems.
That was
and they keep
very
bringing me back.
impressive.
Yeah, yeah. Well, I think they did the hard work. Braver than I'll ever be.
Oh my God, that's so sweet.
But thank you guys so much for
Thank
joining
you.
us. I know it's the first day. You're here
Yeah.
all weekend. Photos, autographs. Everyone can come and see you and get those, yes? Yeah?
Yes, yes.
Come on
We'll do
down
them.
to the
I
table
think we're going
afterwards.
back to the table in the next 5 or 10 minutes, yeah.
Yeah, perfect. So they're just on the opposite side. As you can see, they are absolutely lovely. Please go say hi, go chat to them. It's a brilliant opportunity. Thank you so much, guys. Thank you for coming to MCM.
Thank you.
Ladies and gentlemen,
Thank you
let's
so
hear it for
much.
Sarah, Erica, and Lisa.
Thank you, guys.